In the time it takes to say this sentence, a canvas changes hands for more than most people earn in 10 lifetimes, 300 million. Yet you'll never spot the receipt. Welcome to the billionaire-only art game. Leonardo's Salvator Mundi went for $450 million. And the public still doesn't know who hung it on their wall. That anonymity isn't a bug, it's the entire feature. Tonight, we're slipping past the velvet rope at a party your mailbox never heard about. Forget the sticker shock. Secrecy's the real flex. Christie's and Sotheby's run private treaty deals where price, buyer, and sometimes the picture itself vanish from the books. A Basquiat that quietly clears 200 million never makes the evening news because the seller's a Cayman shell and the buyer's a trust named after the lawyer's cat. The house still skims up to 12% from each side, so everyone wins except the tax guy. Geneva Airport hides a concrete fortress that looks like a Bond set. Inside, Picasso's, Warhol's, museum wings that legally exist nowhere. While art sits in a Freeport, it can flip 10 times without ever greeting a customs officer. No VAT, no import duty, no capital gains ding. One Swiss facility alone parks an estimated 100 billion in art, gold, and wine. Ever wonder how a painting gains 20% a year without seeing daylight? That's how. Billionaire math is brutal. Once you've got 4 homes, 2 jets, and a yacht, the only thing regular millionaires can't fate is a 1982 Basquiat halo. Jay-Z brags about it in lyrics. Beyoncé beams herself onto it at the Grammys. Overnight, Basquiat prices double, not because the brushwork got better, but because the culture exhaled. The canvas becomes a membership card to a club that already owns everything else. Here's how a record falls. Step 1. Find a trophy that hasn't traded in decades. Say a Maclo Rothko, fresh from divorce court. Step 2. Guarantee the seller 60 million of the house's own money. Step 3. Leak to the press that sources predict 70. Step 4. Seat 3 billionaires you've already ego-scanned. Paddle lifts at 55, stalls at 72. Then a phone bidder, codename Paddle 8, hits 78. Gavel, record, headlines. Twist. Paddle 8 was the guarantor bidding against himself, so the house rebated half its own buyer's fee. The new public comp jacks the rest of the artist's market 15% overnight. The 300 million line. Why 300? Because at that altitude, art turns into another asset class entirely. Banks will lend 150 million against the 300 million painting, loan to value 50% at SOFR plus 200 basis points, cheaper than a Park Avenue mortgage. The canvas stays in the Freeport, insured, climate sealed, and still listed as a long-term investment. Try that with your Apple shares. When governments notice. In 2022, the EU rolled out DAX 7, forcing platforms to report art sales above €5,000. The houses simply booked more deals in New York and Singapore. Washington summoned the Big Three for hearings. They sent lobbyists. Outcome? Still zero federal disclosure law.
Art remains the largest unregulated legal market on Earth, bigger than crypto, bigger than diamonds, because regulators can't decide if it's a good, a service, or a feeling.
The new kids. Not every player inherited a dynasty. Yusaku Maezawa grabbed a Basquiat skull for 110 million when his net worth was 3 billion. The headlines boosted his fashion brand into a global name. By 2023, his fortune had tripled. He then tokenized a different Basquiat drawing into NFT fractions. Purists howled. Gen Z clicked buy. The old guard despises anything that shines light into the maze. Opacity is the moat that keeps prices sky high.
The exit strategy. Eventually, every billionaire meets the estate tax. The move? Donate a minority stake to a private foundation. Get an appraiser to knock 40% off for lack of marketability. Then deduct the full inflated value. The foundation loans the piece to a museum for a decade of galas and prestige. Heirs keep control while the IRS sees only friendly paperwork. By the time the public views the painting, the family has saved triple what selling Google stock would have cost. If you know, you know. If you didn't, well, now you do. Don't worry, I'll continue to educate you on deep luxury to help improve your aura amongst your peers. Who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one playing this game as well. You must know that once you're in it, you become part of the who's who. If this felt like overhearing secrets at the bar, subscribe and ring the bell. There's more money hiding in plain sight. The 300 million art game isn't about pretty pictures. It's the last unregulated global currency. One you can hang in a yacht corridor or stash in a Swiss bunker. Billionaires aren't buying color on canvas. They're buying a parallel financial system that just happens to look stunning above the fireplace. Next time some dusty old master shatters a record, remember, the real masterpiece is the story you're not being told.